Thanks, E. Thanks, Frank. How you doing today?
Good, Joe. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks, Frank. Last three games, the Fire haven't been able to score multiple goals against the Red Bulls. I'm curious, what about their system do you think has made it difficult over the last 2 years for you guys to score against them?
Uh, we've had our chances. I don't think it's anything with their system. It's a team that's we know that they're aggressive. They press. They have trigger points, and I mean that's the one thing. It's a team that recovers pretty quick. So I don't think it has anything to do. I think every team has a different approach to the game. They're a team that's very aggressive. They press. They're good in transition moments in counterattacking. So we know that. It's just about us really being understanding and where that pressure is coming from and making good decisions. We've had chances against them. Don't forget last year we beat them there
Yep.
with Kutsas' goal. So it really
Yep.
doesn't matter. It's just about scoring and winning games. But we've had opportunities. It's a team that recovers extremely well. So when you do get those chances, I think you have to attack and attack quickly and make good decisions. And I think this is the one area that that we've been focusing on, and we need to improve and get better in that final third.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Tim Hotze for Men in Red 97.
Hi, Frank. How are you today?
Hey, Tim. Good, man.
Good. So talking about the way that the Red Bulls approach the game versus the way that the Fire approach the game, you mentioned the sort of like importance of not making individual mistakes, but does the fact that these games have been low scoring between the two teams put more pressure on getting, like players in the defense to join up and assist with the offense to try to get ahead? Or is it more about trying to make sure that those individual mistakes don't happen?
I mean, I think it starts from clean sheets. I think I think mistakes will be made in games, but if our reactions have to improve and get better. I mean, you look at the last game against DC here. I mean, we maybe the first half it wasn't the 45 minutes with the intensity it wasn't bad, but it's a situation from two set pieces, two throw-ins. We have numbers behind the ball that we give up goals, and then you're chasing the game. We had them pinned in. They're in a low block. So for me, it's just coming out with a good mentality, understanding. Like I said, every team is going to approach the game in a different way. I mean, their DNA, how they want to press an opponent, how you try to build up play, and what are the trigger points that we know, and it's just about not playing to their strengths, and that's the thing. I think. And we do get chances. You got to put them away, but it starts from just a good mentality to come out in the game with intensity, with energy, really being proactive and anticipating the next play. And obviously, when we get chances, we need to be more brave, more confident, and put those chances away. And a big part of it is that. I mean, when you scored the first goal. The confidence builds, and momentum, belief, all that. The crowd gets behind the team. All those little things do help. When you give up two goals or you fall behind and you're chasing a game, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. But the mentality and with the team, it's like I said. I think this team has never given up. I think we've fought all the way to the end, and. It's just sometimes it gets difficult to dig yourself out of holes that we create for ourselves.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Jim Alexander from Real Talker.
Hey, Coach. How are you doing today?
Good, Jim. How are you?
Doing well. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday, by the way. Yes.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate that. And happy belated to you, too. I know you had it earlier this
Thanks,
month.
buddy.
So.
I appreciate it. You're catching up to me, man.
Yeah.
You got a long way to go, but you're catching up. I'll wait for you.
Hey, I'm getting there. Coach, obviously each game, with each game is less left in a season, and sort of the results and everything's getting magnified. Do you as a coach try to maybe balance if the guys are maybe a little bit tight or maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure potentially to get results, and maybe give him like a looser mentality of like, hey, let's go out, have fun there? Or is the emphasis sort of like with less games remaining and results needing, the urgency of it? How do you balance the urgency with the sort of letting the guys go out there and kind of maybe have fun or play a little bit looser maybe too? Because obviously, the pressure can get to some people sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, Jim. I think in the end of the day, and I talked to the group, when we were talking about the last 9 games, the last 10 games, my message was I think it's important, to try to finish strong. And when I finish strong, I'm not saying that we're going to win 11 games, or the last 10 games, or the last 9 games, or the 7, but is control our controllables when we go on the field, the mentality, the energy, the commitment. When we're pressing to, we're all in. We're all in this together. We support each other on the field. We give each other confidence, and we come out with energy, and we leave everything on the field for 90 minutes. And in the end of it, I mean, the expectations, the pressure that you talk about, you got to throw that out. In the end, it's about going out and playing the game. Really, what is the pressure here? I mean, we have pressure because, we care about the club, and I think there's a responsibility on the players that put that jersey to represent the club, the city, and to leave everything on the field. But, it's not like the team, the club is not getting relegated. There is pressure for the players to perform. There's nothing you can't take that away from the players. In the end of the day, it's still about, preparing well, and trying to, as much as possible as a player, put that behind you and go out at times and play the game. We do things on the field. Sometimes if the players remember, 1/3 of what we say, that's great. But in the end, you still have to go out and play the game and enjoy the game, and show that by the way you play and compete. You bring that passion and love, with the game that you love playing. And if you care about the game, and if you care about the team and the club and the city and our fans, you're going to come out and play with passion, and that's all we ask for. But, in the end of the day, you got to go out and play the game and enjoy the game.
Yeah, that's well said. Appreciate that answer.
Okay, buddy. Happy birthday.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Tim, I see your hand is up.
Yeah. So you mentioned Kutsias earlier, scoring the winner the last time that the Fire beat the Red Bulls. He played yesterday. Is there any word on whether he and Lassiter will be back in time for this one?
They'll be back. Ariel was in today. Kutsias will arrive today, so he'll be at training tomorrow. We'll assess. He also scored with the national team. They won 4-0, which is good also for him, for his confidence. So, for sure he'll be back and he'll be available. We just have to assess how he is in the next couple of days with his recovery and the flight and everything. But he'll be available. Both players will.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sounds good, Tim. Thank you.
Joe, any last questions for Coach?
I don't see the hand up.
Wait. I have one last on Kutsi. It's Kutsi Day. Just seeing him score that kind of goal yesterday, back to the goal initially, hold up play, and then slotting in the corner. I'm just curious. It seems like he's had a good month. Just seeing him grow.
Yeah, I think the Leagues Cup has helped with him getting playing minutes and confidence. But in training, when you see him, he's a guy that's a number 9 that's around the goal. He gets opportunities. Believe me, there's no pressure on him. When he misses one, he just, he's back at it. He wants the next one, and he's got that kind of mentality, which is important for a striker. So it's good that he's scoring, and I think it's important. I mean, we missed him this couple games because he's been playing well, and but I think it's also important with the national team that he continues to play well and score. So he's going to come back with a lot of confidence.
Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, guys.